Okay, so today's Friday. I want to just give you a recap on what we've been learning about from Riley and Dennis O'Grady, father-daughter, Communicate Like a Pro. Little plug for them. Great book, highly recommend it. Here's some of my learnings from this week talking about the empathizer versus the instigator communication styles. And I'm going to give you a specific example. I think this will be super helpful for leaders and owners. What I discovered actually this morning with one of my leaders is that one of your jobs as a leader is to lead, right? To lead. And with leadership comes holding people accountable, right? And when you're leading and holding people accountable, there's the potential, the probability that you're going to have tension, right? When you're holding people accountable to the best version of themselves, right? You know, Joe, my job is to, as a leader, my job is to help lead you to be the best version of yourself because of the goals that you're going after, and my responsibility is to help you become the best version of yourself on a daily basis, right? Just continue, my job as a leader is to invest in you and help you be the best version of yourself. In doing so, you're given feedback, right? And so I'm leading, I'm holding people accountable. What I learned this morning about one of my leaders is that his default communication style is an instigator, right? I'm going to just tell you like it is. I'm going to tell you when you frick up, right? You just screwed that up. Joe, you need to do better work. That's not your best work. That's an instigator communication style. But as a human being, he's actually an empathizer. He cares deeply about people. He cares about if people like him, right? So he's a people pleaser. In his soul or in his heart of who he is, his personal identity is somebody that gives a damn about people and their feelings. But his default communication style is instigator. I'm just going to tell him how it is. Well, and again, I haven't run this past Riley and Dennis. I'll send this video to them and get their feedback. But what's interesting to me is that his communication style, his default communication style is inconsistent with who he is as a person. His default is, I'm just going to tell you how it is, and you either like it or you don't like it. But who he is as a human being is somebody that cares deeply about people. And so I challenged him this morning, and again, I'm wrong about a lot of things, and I might be wrong about this, but what I did, I'm just telling you guys what I pull the curtains back and say, this is what we're actually doing. What I actually did was I pulled him aside and said, hey, when you're leading our staff, I want you to communicate from an empathizer standpoint. I want you to hold them accountable and I want you to lead them. I don't want you to speak from an instigator communication style. I want to challenge you every time you're leading our staff is to lead them from an empathizer communication style. So I'm just telling you what I'm observing and what I'm learning from this, and I could be very wrong, but that's just what I'm processing today. It's really interesting that if your communication style is inconsistent with who you really are, man, there's going to be a lot of tension there. Likely, and I think it does with this leader, create a lot of anxiety. So more to come as we discover, how to utilize these communication styles and also become more self-aware, right?